and welcome to TWF Monday Night Raw, or Monday Night Raw. I, Mike Lane, here with Pat McAfee and with Wade Barrett. And today on Monday Night Raw, or Monday Night Raw, we're going to talk about what happened yesterday on Power and Might. Yesterday on Power and Might, it was a good show. Yeah, it was, Mike Lane says. And we now know that Cody Rhodes will now have the right to fight Asuka for the TWF heavyweight winnings after beating Naomi Knight yesterday. But Naomi Knight wanted to make it own between him. You got that right, Pat McAfee says. Naomi Knight's been behaving like a bitch, sadly. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't want to think ill of anyone, man or woman. But yeah, that's how she was behaving. And what she did to Cody Rhodes after the match, that was sad. You know what the sad thing about it is, Mike and Pat, is that Naomi Knight, there are very few women wrestlers who won the TWF heavyweight winnings. And Naomi Knight could have been one of those women who did it. But no, we'll never know because Cody Rhodes ended up winning that match, sadly. Well, that's true, Pat McAfee says about that. But here comes Naomi Knight coming to the ring now, Mike Lane says, and maybe she'll let us know what is what. Alright, Naomi Knight goes, you want to know what is what. All you folks want to know why I did. And And let me tell you why I did what I did to Cody Rhodes. That should have been my win. I should have been the one fighting Asuka for the TWF heavyweight winnings, not Cody Rhodes. But Cody Rhodes beat me. Well, I got the last laugh on him yesterday on Power and Might when I beat him up, and who knows if you will see him again. I beat him up with a boat. It was so great. Like I said, here's your boat, Cody, and I hit him with it. I mean, a lot of you folks don't seem to think it's cool, but I do. Alright, you want to know some of the folks out there that most likely don't think that what you did, Naomi Knight, was cool? Those, the followers of the TWF leadership gathering, the followers of the TWF booking gathering. Those are some of those folks that would be unhappy with what you did, Naomi Knight. Hitting Cody Rhodes, the Vinlander Nightmare, with a boat, which was a toy boat or toy ship, which will most likely be in the poll next year. So, you're irked, you're angered that Cody Rhodes beat you and he's fighting Asuka for the TWF heavyweight winnings and you are not. But let me tell you something. There are many ways to handle being irked or being angered, and that is not one of them. Oh, come on, Ric Flair. This is a man you spent most of all your time either in the AWA, MACW, WCW, WWF, WCW, WWF, WWE, TNA, WEAW, breaking every single oversight that there was to break. Yeah, that was true. That was then, and this is now. And no, you can't be going around doing that. So I have to make this oversight between you and Cody Rhodes, where you and Cody Rhodes can't lay a hand on each other until Halloween Havoc or Hell Evening Madness. Hey, I'm alright with that. I can yield for a whole other month. I can yield to the end of the 10th month. I can yield to Halloween evening, Halloween evening or Halloween night. I can yield for that. I don't think Cody Rhodes will get through any of that, though. Well, I just hope you're right and he does get through it. Well, it looks like the main wicker of the toy wrestling gathering, Ric Flair, made it known, that he did not like what Naomi Knight did to Cody Rhodes yesterday on Power and Might. And there need be other folks, who need be not happy with her, with her behavior. Yeah, well, let me just tell you something, Samoa says. Let me tell you something, Naomi Knight. I think what you did was wrong. And I think that I should stand up to you for what you did to Cody Rhodes yesterday on Power and Might. All right, let's get a fight keeper in the ring. Oh, fuck. Open the door. And then we'll have that match. Well, here we go. Meaning, well, I think Wade Barrett says that Samoa should just mind his own business. And now Samoa, not minding his own business, Mike Lane says, and body slammed Naomi Knight and standing up for Cody Rhodes because he thought what Naomi Knight did to Cody Rhodes was not right. Yeah, Pat McAfee says you gotta love Samoa, not for all the deals he's made as a salesman over the years, but you also gotta love Samoa, for him having that kind heart and helping Heracles and Xena all those years, Pat McAfee says. Yeah, well, that kind heart, Wade Barrett says, is going to get him in a bind, and it did. Naomi Knight knocking down Samoa. Now, she's got the upper hand on Samoa now, Wade Barrett says. He should learn to mind his own business. Something that Booker T and Taz and Aiden English and Corey Graves and myself and the Jackal we all know about. Wade Barrett says, oh, what is that? Because you're all heels, Pat McAfee says. That's why you would tell everybody to mind their own business. Pat McAfee says. And Samoa was standing up for what he thought was right. So I don't really think he should be minding his own business, Pat McAfee says. Yeah, and we all know what happened when you had your match against Gunther, Wade Barrett said, and how that shifted out in WWE. And Samoa is coming back from a body slam. Weird suplex. Will Samoa win this match, Mike Lane says. Yes, we know you had some matches, you wrestled in some matches, and both in your time in WWE, Pat McAfee, on NXT, and later on Raw. But at the end of the day, at least you don't got to worry about doing it here. Samoa is coming down. And Naomi Knight Naomi Knight, this match is over, Mike Lane says. Yeah, and Samoa will then learn to mind his own business, Wade Barrett says. It had nothing to do with him. It was between her and Cody Rhodes, Wade Barrett says. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner. Well, here is your winner. Ow. Naomi Knight. Well, Naomi Knight beat Samoa here today on Monday Night Raw or Monday Night Raw. Mike Lane says Samoa is standing up for Cody Rhodes, and we do not know if Cody Rhodes, how he's feeling, if he's all right, if he's wounded or not after getting beat up by Naomi Knight yesterday on Power Might when she hit him with a boat. Yeah, Pat McAfee says, I mean, who hits someone with a toy boat or a toy ship? Yeah, only maniacs, moons like Naomi Knight. They hit folks with toy boats and toy ships. Hey, Wade Barrett said, you gotta watch out who you're calling crazy, who you're calling a maniac. Naomi Knight could be listening into all of that. Wade Barrett says, yeah, like I'm frightened of her, Pat McAfee says. She's a weakling. She won't hit anyone lair to lair, but she'll do it from behind. Alright, Mike Lane said, yeah, could be true Naomi Knight is a maniac or a moon, but a harmful maniac or moon. Alright, we'll take it away now. Sarah Shiver. Oh, thank you, Mike Lane. I'm going to be talking with Naomi Knight here today on Monday Night Raw or Monday Night Raw. Alright, Naomi Knight. We know you have a hard time standing up. How do you feel about after you hit Cody Rhodes on Power Might with a toy boat or a toy ship? First off, Sarah Shiver, I feel good about hitting Cody Rhodes yesterday on Power Might with a toy boat or a toy ship. That was so great. And what I want to know is, why did Samoa put his nose in my business? Well, I don't have the answer to that asking thing, Naomi Knight, but I can give you a guess. Maybe Samoa didn't think what you did to Cody Rhodes, the Vinlander Nightmare, was right. Whatever the ground for it was, whatever the sake was, whatever the why was, I teach Samoa to mind his own business. And Cody Rhodes, next month, and Cody Rhodes, it should be me fighting Asuka for the TWF heavyweight winnings and not you. And so if you lose to Asuka next month at Halloween Havoc or Halloween Evening Madness, you have me to thank for why you didn't become a two-time TWF heavyweight fighter. Well, that's my talk with Naomi Knight. Back to you, Mike Lane. Well, thank you, Sarah Shiver, for talking with Naomi Knight here today on Monday Night Raw, or Monday Night Raw. And it's all the time we got here for Monday Night Raw or Monday Night Raw. I, Mike Lane, with Pat McAfee, and with Wade Barrett. We hope you like Monday Night Raw or Monday Night Raw, and we'll see you tomorrow for NXT.